How's it going, everybody? It's been a while since I made a video, so let me apologize for letting you guys wait all this time. Life's got a little busy, but in a good way. And I have some time to squeeze in a video, so I thought, why not? Year 5 is around the corner, and I haven't given my thoughts on this yet, but as it's old news already, I'd rather wait until we actually get our hands on it first. There's enough speculation out there. And I'm also recording this before a potential Warriors Den this Thursday, so at the moment, I don't know what they're going to talk about. Who knows, maybe they're addressing today's topic. So, UI, or user interface if you want to use the long term. Pretty much every game has one, and quite frankly, needs one, and For Honor is no different here. Graphics aren't nearly as advanced at this point to give a player all the information required, without additional numbers, colors and symbols on the screen. In some games, this has gotten so far that you're basically playing the game solely via the UI and nothing else. Look at modern MMOs, you only look at colors and shapes on the ground. Things have to be big and colorful so even the biggest monkey can play it. And you think I'm joking here, but I'm 100% convinced that this is one of the many attempts to widen the target audience of games like World of Warcraft. But let me get back to For Honor and our UI. In-game graphics, no matter how sophisticated and modern they are, will always have trouble to convey all the information there is. Gestures, facial expression, posture, all the stuff we have in real life to gauge a situation. A lot of things are missing in video games. And this would have to be consistent across all graphic settings, so you can see why this is pretty much impossible and UI is absolutely needed. And we do complain about animations already. Now imagine the discrepancy between heroes if we didn't have any attack indicators. Next time a realistic event comes around, just try it, or play with a friend in a custom game and turn the UI off. So I think we can all agree that at least some form of a user interface is needed. You can make an argument about which part is more important, or even some that we could do without, but no matter your stance, I think we can agree that there are some rules that a user interface should follow. And if you've seen any of my other UI videos, you already know what I'm getting at here. There are two important aspects. Number one, the information shown needs to be concise and easily readable. Nothing convoluted. Clear numbers, a distinct symbol, whatever the choice, but it shouldn't take more than a glance from me to have the info that I need. And number two, the UI can't be intrusive. This one is twofold actually. The game itself always comes first, so whatever extra info the UI is trying to show me should always play second fiddle to the game itself. And UI should also not block other UI elements. Never. There is enough space on the screen. We don't need overlapping elements. Many of you probably already know what I'm getting at here. And just as a disclaimer, these two rules are completely made up by myself. This is just what I think. This is not something official or whatever. It just makes sense to me. I'm sure there are many more and maybe even more important rules that actual UI designers know about and follow. Well, hopefully at least. Because For Honor does have a few UI flaws when it comes to the things that I just outlined. Let's start with the intrusive elements. With that, I mean the UI is displaying something that isn't of any real importance, yet takes priority over other things that actually are important. And one of the most important things in this game are indicators. I don't think anyone can really argue against that. Sure, HP bars, stamina bars and so on, those are quite significant as well. But there's one difference here. They aren't really time sensitive. Indicators are. Speed of indicators is a big topic already, so cutting into that because of anything can't really be considered good design. Case in point, the revive symbol. For whatever reason, this one is always on top and is known to pop in and out depending on your movement. This is especially relevant when opponents know this, or maybe you yourself do it, and you drag the fight on top of a corpse. Baiting people into attacking or just trying to get the revive mid-fight is also not all that uncommon. So it is something most players will have experienced once or twice, or hundreds of times. The problematic part is that it shows in an equal fashion, both for your teammate that you can revive, but also for opponents. I get it, it doesn't hurt to know if someone is reviving. Interrupting them is something you'd want to do, no argument there. But do I really need this big circle in my face all the time? Emphasis on all the time. Make it much smaller when I'm in luck. Ubisoft has made it clear over the years that being in luck is the state to be. They've done what they can to deter me from unlocking with enemies nearby. But there should be a clear distinction here. Make it big while not locked on, but once I'm in combat, other things are way more important. Like I said, the indicators. There should never be a case where it interferes with combat. Yeah, the information is relevant, like I said, but I'd rather them revive someone than me eating multiple attacks because I can't see what's going on. But enough of that specific thing, let's talk about the more static elements that aren't changing position in relation to camera movement. After the initial UI update a few seasons ago, lots of elements were moved to other places, namely away from the middle of the screen. But somehow not everything. Like I said, UI should be clear and relay information in a concise way without being confusing. But if you repeatedly have nonsense like feet unlocks pop up in the middle of your guard widget, then this is everything but what I just said. I do not fucking need to know that I just unlocked something. It is not that fucking important to justify a pop-up in the middle of my screen. There is a big symbol in the bottom left where I can't check if I really need to know. You know, the same place where I've checked my revenge gain for almost 4 full years, but not anymore because reasons. My point is, we're no strangers to looking away for a brief moment to get that extra bit of information that we might need. And then I guess I need to address the way it's being shown. Throughout the video you've seen me pause and use slow motion to highlight everything. What is with these white shiny pop-ups? I understand that they do look pretty and the transitions of them are quite nice. Fact of the matter is that I do not need it to be pretty. I require for them to be easy to read and not interfere with the rest of the UI or the game itself. I've said this before, but the top left of the screen is mostly unused. Ubisoft has shifted some of the text pop-ups to there. It's still not everything. So let's just have every text pop-up there. The chances for an indicator or a health bar or anything else to be there are very slim. So even if there is a possibility of it obscuring anything, it would definitely be an improvement. I know I'm not the only one annoyed by this. Everyone has seen it, from the worst to the best player. I'm sure this has cost them a fight every now and then. To sum it up, designing a user interface is a massive endeavor, as it's also largely preference. You see custom UI mods absolutely flourish in many games, and people love having options. So, with For Honor having a static UI that is either there or turned off, without the option of scale, movement or even replacement, it's even harder to please everybody. But the things outlined in this video are issues that need addressing, and I hope they do it sooner rather than later. Let me know if you have any other UI problems. I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Later everybody.